Well, Dancing with Newport Stars is coming up on January 27th and 28th. We have our first student in studio. We have Bella Osgood. Bella, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. I appreciate you popping in and getting out of homeroom and English class right now.
Thank you.
Now, what's first, homeroom or English? What are you missing first?
I have advisory first right now.
All right. So I'll give you all the advisory stuff that you need.
Okay.
We'll mark you as present, not tardy.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, good. So you're dancing with Luke Bartlet. I did hear from Luke this morning. He can't make it in. He has an obligation of the military that he's doing this morning, so he couldn't make it. So apologies to that. Usually we have both the couples in, but his schedule didn't coincide with this. So you're dancing this year as a senior.
Yes.
Is this something that you had wanted to do? Like, have you known the show and seen the show and stuff and thought, hey, I'd like to do that too?
Yeah, I had seen the show a handful of times, but last year I was pretty friendly with all of the student dancers that were dancing last year. So I went to watch them with some friends, and then they told me a lot about it. So after that, I was really hoping I would be asked because they made it sound like a fun experience.
So you've danced before. Has that helped with this, or did you have to unlearn some things, or has it just been a benefit?
Most people assume that I have a huge advantage going into it, but really dancing on your own, like the styles that I have done, like jazz and ballet and lyrical and all that sort of stuff, is much different than dancing with another person when you're depending on them. So my dance background has helped with rhythm and keeping beat and remembering choreography, but other than that, I've pretty much been learning everything new because I'm used to being extremely independent on stage.
So you've never had a dance partner?
I've never had a dance partner, no.
So how does that feel for you? Is it weird to have to rely on somebody to?
Yeah, it's very weird. I think that's my biggest I don't know how to put this, battle right now that Luke and I have talked about, is accepting the fact that he is supposed to be leading me and not the other way around. I tend to jump into the steps quicker than I should and stuff like that because I'm not used to having to think, is someone exactly what I'm doing right now too? So it's different.
Now there's 4 of you high school students that are dancing. Has there been do you guys talk about this together, or is it like, all for one?
I am friendly with 2 of the other student dancers. One of them I don't have any classes with, Tommy Spiker, but I do know who he is, but I never get a chance to speak with him. But Cammie and I definitely talk about it a lot. This is a little bit different for her. So she just talks to me about it and asks me what we're doing and back and forth. And Darren and I talk about it a lot, and he talks about his struggles, etc. So that's pretty much the gist of it with Cammie and I and Darren.
Is there any razzing between you and Darren?
Yes, definitely. Darren is extremely competitive, especially with me. We butt heads, but not in a bad way.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
So are you guaranteeing a victory over Darren? Like, you just going to tell him, hey, I got this, or not?
Yeah, we tell each other that we're going to beat each other all the time.
Nice.
Just going back and forth.
So Dancing with Newport Stars, you're dancing with Luke. Luke has danced many times before, and it's been interesting for me because I've watched both he and Lindsay start from little kids all the way up to practically adults now, which is strange. In dancing with Luke, and I wish he's here so we could talk about his background too, has it been interesting to get to know the dance with him, so it's kind of like you're learning this whole process together?
Yeah, I think it's fun that way. If that aspect feels very similar to regular dance classes because you're kind of going at the same pace together and going through not the same struggles, but you're learning the same choreography at the same time. So that feels very familiar, and I like that aspect. I think it makes me more comfortable knowing that it's not like he choreographed it and he's teaching me. He's also learning it.
Yeah.
So I think that is part of the reason why I feel good going through the process.
Now, we can't talk about what dance you're doing or what song.
Yeah.
But the dance you're doing, have you ever done anything like this?
I can't give details because I kind of give it away, but yes.
All right.
I think.
So it might or might not be ballet. No? Okay.
No.
I mean, to see Luke Bartlet do ballet would be precious to me. I'm just saying. I want to see Twinkle Toes up there.
Oh my goodness.
That'd be great. So now with the show happening, it's a 2-night show, but it's really the same dance both nights. What do you know about the 2 nights? Has anybody told you about how the crowd is or what to expect?
I have been told that Saturday night is the better night, but that's pretty much all that I have been told about the process.
It's and I just had Bridget and Steven here a couple hours ago. It's 2 different crowds, Saturday and Friday. And what I always say to people is the Friday crowd is usually extremely respectful and encouraging. Everybody wants you to do well. Nobody's going to be the only one they heckle is me, which whatever. It just hurts my self-esteem, but that's besides the point. But the crowd is super respectful on Friday. Saturday, they're all, still pulling for you, but usually a little bit more rowdy. So who knows? And is your song, is it a slow song, fast song? Is it a upbeat?
It's fast.
Okay. Yeah, people usually get behind that stuff. So with Dancing with Newport Stars, as a senior, do you like the involvement of the school? Do you like that the idea that the kids get a portion on the stage too?
Yeah, I think it's cool because it makes the other students in the future want to do it. Like I had mentioned earlier, I would not have been as excited to do it if I hadn't seen my friends do it and kids I knew the year before, etc. So I think it also gets seniors involved. It gives them something that they can do in their senior year that they probably would have never imagined that they'd be ballroom dancing. I think it creates a sense of community in the high school.
That's great. Talking to Bella Osgood. So as a senior, you're going to be heading off to college. Have you accepted what college you're going to yet? Is it official?
Yes, I'm going to Emerson College in
Nice.
Boston.
And what are you going to be doing?
I'm majoring in journalism and I'm minoring in literature.
Oh, excellent. Very good. So what's going to happen to NCTV, your special little show that you do? Are you going to do it remotely from Boston, expand it down there, or take a hiatus?
I'm going to take a hiatus. We currently have a intern who is mainly working with computer stuff, editing, and he sometimes does the recording when I do interviews. He'll be behind the desk, Connor Clark. And I think it is John's intention that if he would like, after I graduate, he's going to take over for me.
Nice.
So I will not be doing NCTV anymore after this summer, but I am appreciative for what it's done.
Yeah, you've been doing, how long has it been? 2 years now?
Yeah, I started when I was a sophomore, but it didn't become an official job until a year ago.
Okay. And for those that don't watch NCTV, it's the public access channel for Newport, and you've been doing some interviews with little, 10, 15-minute interviews at most. Well watched. A lot of people have been enjoying what you've been doing, so I think it's great. And I think it's great for a high school student to get involved and start off. And it sounds like you're going to go off to college and try to pursue that.
Yeah, thank you.
In Boston, which isn't that far away. So if you need your laundry done, you can come home and
Yes, exactly.
get it done that way. Talking to Bella Osgood, Dancing with Newport Stars is happening on January 27th and 28th. Tickets are still available, newportoperahouse.com to buy your tickets. Anything else you'd like to say about the show or about the process?
No, I don't have anything else in mind in particular.
Well, I appreciate you coming in, and we'll see you on stage in a couple of weeks.
Thank you.
Terrific.